Genesis 6:12. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Verse 12 footnotes. Right here where it says all flesh. Noah's family, the only exception. The figure synecdoche of the part. Appendix 6. Verse 13. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Verse 13, where it says, oh boy, it starts down here. Verse 13, where it says, God equals the creator in connection with the two beasts for preservation. Verses 13:22 and 7:9. Jehovah in chapter 7:1 in connection with the seven clean for sacrifice. See note on verse 19. Verse 14. Make thee an ark of gopher wood, rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without the pitch. Within and without with pitch. Verse 14, footnotes. Where it says ark, Hebrew tibah, a floating building, not aron, a chest. So in Exodus 2 and 3, where it says of, genitive of material, see appendix 17, where it says rooms, that means nests. Pitch it means coat it, Hebrew kafar, to cover, the only word for atonement in Old Testament, so that it is only atonement that can keep the waters of judgment from us. With pitch, Hebrew kofar, resin, not pitch or bitumen, which is zepheth, Exodus 2:3, and Isaiah 34:9. Figure paranomasia, appendix 6. Verse 15. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. 15, footnote. Cubit, the latest approximation gives 17.5 inches, but this is the profane cubit. The sacred cubit was probably about 25 inches. Verse 16. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above, and the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. 16, where it says window, Hebrew, a place for light, like in 7:11 and 8:6. Verse 17. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life, from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. 17 footnotes. It says, behold, that's figure of speech asterismos, see appendix 6. I, even I, that's figure of speech epizeuxis, see appendix 6. A flood, Hebrew mabul, limited to this account of the deluge and Psalms 29:10, which therefore refers to it. The Babylonian tablets of the epic Gilgamesh are the traditional accounts of primitive truths, corrupted in transmission. The inspired account here corrects the imaginary accretions which had gathered round it. Where it says all flesh, figure synecdoche of part, appendix 6 put here for every kind of being. Breath, Hebrew ruach, spirit, see appendix 9. Life, Hebrew chayim, plural, for all kinds of chayim, plural, for all kinds of manifestations. Where it says die equals cease to breathe, expire. Verse 18. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou with thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. 18. Oops. 18 footnotes right here. Covenant, first occurrence of the word, and, note the polysyndeton, appendix 6, emphasis the assurance given to each. Emphasize the assurance given to each. Verse 19. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. Verse 19 footnotes, where it says 2, for the preservation of species, in contrast with the 7:2 clean animals, which were for sacrifice. Hence here it is Elohim, verses 13:22 and 7:9 as the creator, while in chapter 7 it is Jehovah and his covenant relation. See appendix 4. Verse 20. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, and keep them alive. Verse 20 footnotes, where it says of, Sam, Ankh, John, Sept, and Seer read and of. And then where it says earth, it's meaning the ground. Verse 21. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Verse 22. Thus did Noah, according to all that God commanded him, so did he. Where it says thus, see Hebrews 11:17.